Hey everybody, it's been a while, but I got good reason. Up until recently, I really had no real reason to be jumping on the YouTube until last night when there was that first debate between Harris and Trump. Wow, it was a trip. I'm not gonna go into this and that, and he said this and he said that and all this other crap. Because you guys already know where you're standing with this, okay? You know where you're standing. I am going to say they both stuck to their guns with what their greatest strengths were. Harris triggering him with what he's always said throughout the course of 9 years, and leading with passionate concerns and fact checks, you know, concluding with, I want to lift us, you know. I think that was very bold and brave and all this good stuff. You know, I think everybody does it. Everybody says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lift us. I'm going to uplift everybody. And I thought that was really cool. Trump, oh my God. Rhetoric, conspiracy theories, accusations, whataboutisms. You're all doomed. You're all doomed. That's, you know, he didn't say those exact words, but he might as well have, you know. I was the greatest, she was the worst, everybody before me was the worst, but she's more worst. Okay, that's what he said. That part, those were his actual words. And I'm sorry, it's just dumb, because the entire debate was him stuff like, you know, accusations, peaceful power transfer. Will there be another January 6th? Well, I had nothing to do with that. It was all Nancy Pelosi. You know, policies. How come there's no policies? Well, she's done horrible things. She's done horrible things, and there's nothing. She's done nothing. She hasn't done anything. You know, she is Biden. She is Biden. It was a trip. It was a trip. She's destroying the country. People are eating their pets. USA will be Venezuela on steroids. Okay, that was a trip, because the subject was immigration. Okay, and she said, look, we had a border bill. You know, it took a little while to make it, but we wound up making the border bill, and Trump tanked it. He made these calls for everybody to tank it, and he got away with it. And it's accusations about pets, people eating pets, and all this stuff is why I have exactly 250 Republican endorsements. You know, and then Trump just went on and on and on with, you know, she's gonna kill this country, you know, this good stuff. Okay, and here's something that I'm gonna bring up, and it's gonna be a lot like that. It's gonna be summary, the reason for it, the examples, okay, and then maybe my particular opinion. Okay, he says that that the Democrats want more votes and all this good stuff, and that's the reason why they're letting the immigrants in. Well, there's a problem with that, and for some oddball reason, I mean, I don't know, maybe everybody's maybe everybody is just disregarding it, because we all know the factual truth, and that you can't vote if you're an immigrant. If you're not a United States citizen, you know, well, there's things around it. Prove it. But aside from that, no. An immigrant can pay taxes, but an immigrant can't vote. So I don't know why he keeps resorting to that. But then again, why is he going through all these other accusations? You know, accusation. You know, especially when Harris just sort of messes him up. You know, 60 times he tried removing the American American Health Care Act. Okay. 60 times he tried removing it, you know, and you've done nothing to improve it, you know. And the moderator will say, Mr. Former President, you know, why do you, why do you do this? And he says, well, we can improve it. We can improve it, blah, 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 blah. But, he's been president for 4 years. He's never improved it. He's never done anything. In fact, he's removed a lot of restrictions is what it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We all been paying attention, so I'm not going to dive deep into that. The accusations that he would, that was kind of trippy. The accusations of him being tough enough to face Putin because he knows him. Okay, well, he knows him, but everybody knows keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And if you can't stand up to your enemy, well, there's just no point in keeping him close. Harris didn't stand up to the enemy, but she did assist our ally. So that's good enough for me, and it's good enough for a lot of other people out there, which is the reason why we think another reason why we think she's going to win. All in all, she was real good with staying on top of everything. Okay, she was quick with comebacks like, don't talk about me removing guns. I'm a gun owner, and so is Tim Walsh. So you could stop right there with that whole martial law BS. Okay? I thought that was hilarious, dude. I busted up laughing when she said that. Also... Oh. Oh, there's nothing but thugs and this and that. She's trying to not fire anybody because she wants everybody, all the illegals to come in. There's more than 11 million terrorists and criminals and rapists and traffickers, and we're all doomed. All this stuff. Crime is outrageous and all this stuff. The fact check is that crime has actually come down. And even with the moderator telling him that, Harris, when it was her turn to speak, the first words that came out of her mouth was, "That's rich for somebody who's convicted of many crimes himself." I thought that was pretty good. I busted up that part too, man. That was hilarious. She was actually real good. Here's where I think she needs to pick up the pace. She needs to, overall, defend Biden, defend Nancy Pelosi, defend Alejandro Mayorkas, because technically they were all on the same team and she was a part of that team. She needs to hold up on some serious defense tactics. And I'm going to start with that Germany thing. Biden was bad for us and our economy because he stopped the Dakota Access Pipeline, but he let Russia give oil to Germany. Okay, now if Kamala Harris had done her homework, and tried her best to defend Biden, she would be saying probably the same things that I said back when this was a supposed issue. Okay? Germany paid for that oil already. That was owed oil. Biden, yeah, he stopped the flow, but when they got concerned over this, well, what do you expect him to do? Biden reopened the pipeline, gave all of the oil that was supposed to go to Germany, and then stopped it, and the war continued. The war, which technically the war never actually started until after that. Okay? Now, if Harris had been reminded of that, of what Biden did, she would have been able to not only defend herself, but defend him, not just him, but her as well. Because these two were working together with Nancy Pelosi, with oh gosh, I forgot his name, but he's still on foreign diplomatic stuff, okay, foreign diplomatic issues, okay. They were all working together. She should have jumped on that, okay. She should have jumped on that. That's the thing, and I understand that she's not. Because of the past couple of months from nomination where she's saying, I'm your solution. I'm the good president. I'm the one that you really want. Let's forget the past. Let's move on into the future. Well, it's kind of hard for her to forget the past if she's bringing up the past, if she's still talking with the past based off of Trump's accusations. And I get that. I really do. But honestly, I think the second debate, she needs to back him up. She needs to back up Biden. She needs to back her up. She needs to back up Pelosi. She needs to back up Mayorkas. Okay? She needs to back up all these people. Elizabeth Warren. You know, anybody and everybody. Okay? That is not actually doing all of this wild crap that Trump is claiming. But mostly, particularly in part where she's involved. Okay? Throw in at least one line or one instance. But stick to defending them, and then throw in that instance and just say, look, it's all about, and go back to accusations. He's doing nothing but throw a bunch of accusations. And that's what she can go back to. That's what she can go back. This guy Trump, man, oh my God, you know, she's Putin, yeah, she's with Russia and all this stuff. She met with Putin and she hasn't done nothing. She should have started. The war would have never started if I was there. She was there billions of times. She met with Putin. Technically, it was only 5 times with President Zelensky of Ukraine. But you know, fact check. You know, he kept on rambling and rambling and rambling, and he kept saying, this would have never happened. This would have never happened. Putin respects me. I'll talk to him. Okay? I'll end it. Otherwise, it could be World War III if she's elected. Okay? Here's the thing. Harris comes up with just a very couple of lines. Okay? Trump would end it by giving up. Fucking pow. You know, a swollen lip. Trump would end it by giving up. If Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. I was like, oh, bam, dude. Whoa. She knocked me down, you know. But here's the thing. She needs to do that same witty remark. She needs to be quick while defending Biden, because as long as Trump is out there bringing up these past incidences where Harris might have had a part in this certain political move that Biden did, you know, well, she's going to get stuck with the blame also until she defends herself and pulls up these witty remarks, you know, saying, look, I'm sorry, but what we did was the right thing to do. And if Trump's president, he's just going to give up. He's going to end it all by giving up. You know, that was just awesome. That was awesome. She did the right thing by doing that. Now she needs to step it up a notch. Okay. Now this is just my personal theory. I honestly believe it would help. She needs to step it up a notch. She needs to defend her fellow Democrats, even a couple of Republicans if they were on her side for something. Okay. But yeah, it was really, really great. We're not going back, she said at the closing statement. Respecting each other, up to the military, respecting everybody's rights. I intend to be president for all Americans. She said this great damn speech that, you know, in the old days, he would have, yeah, typical politician. What does he know? You know, well, now we've got everything sort of topsy-turvy, and that's actually important to hear now. That's important to hear, because I remember in the old days, you know, I used to jam out to bands like Ministry, who had friends like poet, I think his name was Jello Bufrane. His first name was Jello. And he would come out with, I pledge allegiance to the snakes of captivity for the United States, you know, for the United Snakes or something like that of America, you know, with liberty and justice for all who can afford it. You know, he would come up with these kinds of poetry, you know. Whenever I see you, I see red. Whenever I see you, I see red. If the communists and socialists can kill all the lawyers and crooks and political thieves, you know, no, wait. If communism and socialism did it, why can't we? Let's throw these bastards out and try for some real democracy. That's what he said. Jello Bufrain, or Jello something to that nature. But he came out on, in case you missed it, in case you missed the show, on a Ministry concert. It was just before the very last song. You know, let's throw the bastards out and give a chance for real democracy, not by military people or army people, not by religious people, not by sons of senators' sons of senators' sons of senators' sons. You know, he was real good at what he said. He was still pro-anarchy, but you get the gist of it, you know. And in the 80s, we thought that would have been the best way to do this. Let's just throw everybody out and all this stuff. And then we get Trump, who's been firing everybody left and right, you know, while he was running the show. And all this hate was going on. Rallies for human rights were being done, and they were getting tear gassed by, you know, everybody that fell under the category of authority, all the way up to the presidency. So all of a sudden, that talk back then, when I was a teenager, listening to them and what the intentions that they wanted, started to come to real life. Well, now it just seems like, wow, that was a very stupid thing to request, because nothing was getting done. Everything was just turning topsy-turvy. There was some turmoil. There were some people getting killed. A lot of people getting tear gassed, you know. And everything was just getting worse. There was no freedom the way poets like this Mr. Jello and pro-anarchy people, all the way down to Antifa and the pro-communist. And I mean, I get it. They're anti-Nazism, but at the same time, they're pro-socialist, which where everybody said it's not going to work. Here in America, everybody thought anything could work. Socialism does not work, but neither does Nazism. And Nazism is something nobody freaking wants except people of hate, you know? And that's just dumb, because nothing good comes out of people of hate, you know? What do we got? Gerrymandering, you know? No business allowed for people, certain people, you know? And it just goes on and on to a bunch of bull crap that's just a pain in the ass to everybody. So Nazism isn't the key. Socialism isn't the key. Communism isn't going to work. So it's and again, neither is imperialism. If you got sons of senators' sons of senators' sons, you know, running the show, none of that's going to work. It's all a bunch of BS. So yeah, I mean, what we really need is to expect Trump. We expect that. I'm sure he's got some reasonable thing to say come the second debate. If not, he's a chicken. He's still afraid of women. And the first debate was proof of it. All he did was just roar with accusations, you know. So there's more than likely got to be a second debate where we're going to see a far more intelligent Trump talking, if that's actually possible. Where we're going to see a more debating Trump talk. But it's more than likely not going to go without the accusations. And that whole Biden and all them did this bullcrap, and she did too, you know. She's gonna have to come up with the defense on all of these guys, you know, instead of looking at him like a weirdo. We get it. This is what she and Walsh were talking about. Him with, they're eating your pets and stuff like that. And throughout the entire debate with all these wild accusations, she kept giving him the WTF expression while looking at him. She kept giving that, and we got it. You know, I got it right from the get-go. Yeah, he's a weirdo, you know. But unfortunately, she stuck with just doing that when she should have actually defended Biden's actions, you know, and that whole business. Do we still even have a president? He's out on the beach all the time. You know, she should have jumped on that. You know, he just got done doing, I forgot what it was. And then meeting with people for a peace talk. I think it was also Ukraine president. And tomorrow he's going to the 9/11 memorial. You know, he's still being our president. He's still commemorating the fallen. He's still working on peace negotiations. She needed to jump on that. You know, maybe not necessarily yell at him, but definitely tell it to all of us and remind us, look, that's just another wild accusation. He's out there doing this. He's out there doing that. Pelosi, if she didn't have to take care of her husband who was attacked by an admirer of his, she would still be out here working for all of us and all of you out there. You know, Mayorkas, he's still taking the kicking. He's still taking a shellacking from all these critics while keeping everything organized as best as possible, even with Republicans busing, training, and flying underneath his nose, behind his back, and all this good stuff. You know, the dangerous criminals to sanctuary cities, all for Trump. You see what I'm saying? She should have stuck with her guns. She should defend our side, the left side. She should be defending her fellow politicians, especially when it's Trump that's dragging her into something that is considered, looked at, possibly just simply frowned on, a mistake that the president did, that the Secretary of State did, that the governor of this did, the so-and-so of that did, the administrator of this department. Okay? She needed to jump on their defense as well, and I'm hoping that she does that the second time. If there is no second debate, then it's just proof Trump is a wussy. He can't stand up to women unless he's throwing wild accusations. He can't win if he doesn't overpower her or whatever. He's just worthless. He's just this worthless waste of life. So yeah, there's going to be a second debate, and she's got to make sure to keep her wits about her and remember to jog her memory, jog that memory, and because that's all he's going to be doing is dragging up moments of the past. Okay, jog that memory. We know you're ready for we know she's ready for the future. She's got to jog that memory to defend her past and persuade everybody to go back to looking to the future. Okay, I've said enough. I'm coming up to almost 25 minutes now. Good. Y'all take care. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe out there. We've had a couple of shootouts. Hopefully that'll diminish as the school seasons go by and growing pains come back and life goes on. Hopefully we'll be able to carry on without any more of those senseless shootings. Today is, by the time of this recording, today is 9/11, and I'd like to say we haven't forgotten. This middle-aged man hasn't forgotten either. I will always remember what happened, and I have big props go to every brave man and woman that went out there to rescue people. Much respect for those of the fallen. And I hope that that we never have to go through this again. That's all for today. Thank you all so much. Keep staying safe out there. Keep abiding by the rules of thumb, especially when everything looks harmless. Okay? Y'all take care. This is Chris. Chris's Comments, signing out.